Hello, my friends. Travis here with lesson 6 of your Shibboleth virtual grocery tour masterclass. I hope you're enjoying it so far. We've been talking about the setup of the grocery store, the perimeter, the inner aisles. Now, visualize when you walk in most grocery stores. Now, layouts have changed over time, but when you first walk in most grocery stores, you see the produce department. So that's what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of lessons is how to navigate that produce department. We're talking fruits and veggies here. So one of the things that bothers me about our diet culture is that when folks get ready to lose weight, they're typically turned on to some ketogenic or low to no carb program. Now, initially, there's not a lot wrong with that, but I want to share something with you that troubles me. In the diet industry, it's known that people that want to lose weight, okay, you're going to prey on their hope and on their desperation. Here's your problem. We've got the solution. And most diets, most programs know that you believe the result will show up on the scales if the program's working for you or not, okay? So you get started with your new diet that's ketogenic or low carb, and the first few days, you're losing a lot of weight. And what they don't tell you is, hey, we're getting you hooked, but what you're really losing there the first few days is a lot of glucose, that glycogen stored in your muscular cells. And as it is being used up, then you're also releasing the water molecules that were attached to those glycogen molecules. So that's a real problem because there's 2 to 3 times for every gram of carbohydrate, there's 2 to 3 times that much weight in water attached to that glycogen. So it's good. It's good that you're losing that weight. Nothing wrong with that. It's still weight and it's got to go. But they really don't share that part of a ketogenic diet with you or a low carb diet, that's your initial results. Now, we do a lot of that too, but we teach our folks. We teach our folks how to live a lifestyle not void of any macronutrient. You need to run from any program that tells you that you have to permanently exclude any macronutrient. The 4 macronutrients are protein, carbs, fat, and water. Anybody that tells you got to get rid of carbs forever and live that lifestyle, they don't know what they're talking about. Number one, it's not healthy for your gut. If you're not getting in living foods, and there's not a lot of living foods on the ketogenic diet, there's some, we'll talk about those green veggies, but your fruits, what about those? What about some of the most healthiest foods on the planet that help you maintain good gut health and build and boost your immune system? You can't live a lifestyle like that, void of those things. In a year or two, you're going to begin to have gut problems. You need a well-balanced diet, a well-balanced lifestyle where you know what to eat based upon your situation and your goals, okay? So the reason I get down on those programs is not just that you lose a lot of weight up front and then you stop losing. That's not it. You'll keep losing weight. But most of what you're losing is muscle. See, it is protein. It's definitely protein that's feeding your muscle and helping you preserve muscle. But when all you're eating is protein and you're not eating any carbs, your body is literally learning how to break down protein in the form of muscle and use that as an energy source. What they don't tell you about carbohydrate is that it has a metabolic or muscle preserving effect. Okay, so when you consume carbs, your body's using the carbs as an energy source and the protein's getting spared instead of used up to help you preserve muscle and metabolism. They don't tell you that. Carbs are a scary thing if you're trying to lose weight and you don't know how to consume them in the right combination, because carbohydrate, fruit, for example, fruit is a type of carb. It's got fructose in it, fruit sugar. When you consume that, it elevates your blood sugar and your pancreas releases insulin, the fat bus. And remember from previous lessons, the fat bus elevates appetite, causes you to store fat, stops the efficiency of your fat burning, and destroys your mitochondrial health. So when you're consuming fruit by itself or in a wrong combination, you're getting right the opposite result than what you want, efficient fat burning. You can't do that if your goal is to lose body fat. Now, when you get into maintenance, which with our program, if you really adhere to our program, it's going to be soon. When you get into maintenance, then on our program, you can start having fruit by itself. You've balanced things out. Now you're going to have an apple by itself. You're going to have a half a banana by itself, and you'll be fine because you're going to get a little insulin load from that, a little insulin provocation, but it's not a big deal when you're not trying to lose weight. For a season, if you want to lose body fat, you have got to control insulin. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And this is where a ketogenic diet sometimes can help, but you are losing a lot of muscle when you do that. So why not occasionally, when you're craving carbohydrate or fruit on a program like ours, consume it, but just make sure it's digesting with the right other foods, which is what we teach in Fast Track. That's where we teach you these amazing food combinations where you can have your apple, your berries, your banana, your pineapple, your kiwi, your grapes, your plums. You can have them while you're trying to lose weight. And we're going to control that insulin provocation and neutralize it by making sure we have the fruit in the right food combination. I'll give you a couple examples in a minute. So just a few things. It's very important that you eat fruits and vegetables when you're trying to lose weight. They're rich in essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And remember, fiber helps us control the fat bus. For instance, vitamin C, found in citrus fruits, helps in wound healing, boosts the immune system, while fiber, found in apples, carrots, and broccoli, aids in digestion. So you don't want to give that stuff up. You don't have to give it up. Why would you? If you love fruit like I do, why would you give those things up? The health benefits of eating fruits and vegetables are through the roof, especially if you're eating them in the right food combination and managing your portion. It's easier to manage your portion of fruit, especially, and even other good carbs when you're eating a well-balanced plate. Okay. This is what helps us avoid heart disease, avoid stroke, helps with delaying early onset cancer. It helps us maintain a healthy weight, promotes good skin, strong hair, strong nails. Okay. So I want to give you some examples of how we eat fruit with our program. In the produce department, mainly what we're talking about right now is category 2 fibrous carbs. Your leafy greens, your Brussels sprouts, your squash, your zucchini squash, your okra, jicama, all these kind of foods that are so good for you, and they actually slow down blood sugar elevation and you get less insulin. So if I have broccoli, that's exercise on a plate, girl. Man, that's exercise on a plate. Asparagus is elliptical on a stem. We got no problem with those. You've never looked in the mirror and went, Lord have mercy, I got to back away from the asparagus. I'm eating too much. That's not going to happen. We know by default, innately, that those are fine to eat and they're going to help us control the fat bus. Now, when we're talking about in the produce department and the fruit, apples, oranges, grapefruit, berries being the best, let's say that, let's do this. Let me give you an example of how we eat fruit on the Shibboleth program. Let's say it's a beautiful summer day. We're at a pool party and they're grilling hot dogs. We bring our own Franks because we're living the Shibboleth lifestyle. And we say, hey, throw our Franks on the grill. And you can have holidays. You can do whatever. I'm just saying, how would we have a Shibboleth perfect day if we're, at a cookout? So let's say that they use 97% Hebrew National Franks. Okay. We throw those on the grill. And we've got our Healthy Life hot dog buns. We've got our ketchup, our mustard, our condiments such as maybe a little bit of chili as a condiment, or a little bit of the relish as a condiment, a little sauerkraut, whatever. So you're making the dog the way you like it, okay? So there you've got your lean protein. And because we chose Healthy Life bread, we're getting a bread that's fortified in extra protein and fiber that slows down the fat bus. The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. But with our bun, we get that little extra in there following our formula that shuts down the fat bus. Still going to get a hot dog, still going to taste like a hot dog. We're just doing Shibboleth style, and we're going to lose weight. So I've eaten the hot dog. Now I want some fruit. They've got watermelon. It's a cookout. They got watermelon. So now I can have a decent portion of watermelon with that lean protein and fibrous carb, and I'm not going to get that huge blood sugar spike that I would have gotten if I eat the watermelon by itself. This is what we teach you in Fast Track. It may sound like a lot, But as soon as you get a few weeks of practicing this under your belt, you'll never need another program. You'll never go backwards. Nothing you can't have on Shibboleth. It's just learning what to pair it with while you have a goal of weight loss, because when you get into maintenance, you get, even as if Shibboleth isn't liberal enough in its approach, you get even a more liberal approach to your program, because then you can have fruit as a snack by itself. So these are the kind of things that I want to teach you. This is why coming to class is so important, learning this stuff. This is stuff that they should have taught us from the very beginning, okay? So I'll be back in lesson 7, and we're going to talk about how to pick out fresh produce, in-season produce, because it's going to be the most rich in nutrition, okay? I'll see you next time.